When I hear the term hookup, I automatically assume just making out.
Hooking up for a typical college student is having sex.
You know, you hook up with a girl, you have sex probably with a girl, you don't really know her.
Okay, so let's talk about what we actually think hooking up is. And for this, two really important sources, I think, in the field are Kathleen Bogle's book on hooking up and Laura Sessions Stepp's book, Unhooked. Both have done a lot of research and have interviewed college students today, asking them what exactly is hooking up. What they both found in their research is that the term itself, hooking up, is actually really vague, because for some students it might mean anything from simply making out or having some sort of kissing session with a member of the opposite sex. For others, it actually refers and means that they've engaged in general intercourse with a person of the opposite sex. So the hard part is that there's a lot of vagueness surrounding the term. Some students will say to a group of peers, "I hooked up," and the students will know exactly what that person is referring to. Other students will question and say, "Well, what do you mean hooked up?" So besides the vagueness of the term, we see some other things. Lots of times it's frequently unplanned. I don't necessarily think students are actually going out on a Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday night thinking, "Oh, tonight I'm going to hook up." But of course the environment in which they're in socially sort of encourages them at the end of an evening of consuming alcohol at a local bar or a local party. There's sort of this social expectation that people would pair up together.
If you don't know the person very well, it can be kind of awkward.
Usually you can see people hooking up at like parties or when they're alone, just like the two of them.
Well, like just hooking up is not really a good thing, but college students just do it.
So it's not necessarily a planned event. In addition, the practice of hooking up is all about freeing yourself from this sense that you need to commit or be attached to this person once you've engaged with him or her sexually. This encounter can take place multiple times with a person who's either a friend, a stranger, or a mere acquaintance. Most often, the person that you end up hooking up with, you know him or her at least on some level, or a friend knows the person at least on some level. And again, the object is pretty simple: to physically engage with someone of the opposite sex while keeping all feelings at bay. And so this is, I think, one of the reasons why Stepp titles her book Unhooked, because for Stepp, this is all about the ability to unhook from one's partner.
I guess there's the consequences we all think of, like pregnancy, STI or STDs, all that stuff. But also there's like the social like awkwardness that that hooking up can cause. You know, if you hook up with someone last night and you're kind of friends with them, not that great of friends, then you have to see them in your econ class tomorrow morning. It might be a little awkward, a little uneasy.
Once you've done that with someone, like, where do you go from there? Like, you don't go into a relationship right away, and then you're just kind of like, okay, I've slept with that person.
Just tension in relationships as far as friendships go. If you hook up with a friend, oftentimes that can cause a little bit more tension in a relationship than necessary. And if you hook up with a complete stranger, it can prevent you from being friends in the future.
But also just emotional toll that it can take on somebody that wasn't expecting it to just be a hook.
It's not like a real relationship, it's just doing a one-time thing and just moving on.